easy on that hill. Almost too easy. Woo, that's a lot easier to pivot. Stream's good. Let's send it.
Hey, what's up guys, it's DesertDRZ. Today we're going to be testing out the KTM 300 XCW on one of our local single track loops. It's got some techy features in it. I'm going to start off by riding my 350, my 2024 GasGas EX350F, and we're going to kind of take you through this course a little bit. My first time doing a voiceover on the DaVinci Resolve. I'm not terribly good at voiceovers, so I apologize ahead of time, but here we are diving into this wash. It gets a little techy right away. As we get into this next techy section, I make a little bit of a mistake. I get a little bit nervous when people are on my butt, and I just make a little bit of a mistake and fall over. You'll see in just a second here. Yeah, right here. So, not a big deal. Pick the bike up real quick and move along. We're trying to set like a good pace here.
I'm good. Yeah, I heard that.
I got David behind me on the TE300, and I got Dave behind him on the KTM 300 XCW, which I will be testing out in just a minute. This is a pivot turn spot. You really got to get that tire up, find that where that rear tire will sit in that crack right there, and then just loft that front tire up and over. So a little bit of a techie feature here, good practice. There David is going to try to hit the A line, and we'll see how that works out for him in just a second here.
When you get up top, there's really nowhere to go. You have to turn
Yeah, the bike does flame out a little bit, but again, rider error, clutch control is key. The 350s want to die as soon as you let out the clutch. So just be mindful of that. Alright, here comes David. He's going to try this A-line route. It's super steep, techy, and rocky, and slick. So I'm going to be a little nervous for him. Right here, yep. Just doesn't get all the way up. He got lucky. He's got some post wrestling skills so he can get up over that or get down it safely. Here comes Dave up over that little bump. Now we're going to continue on to the second part of the trail ride. I'm in second for the majority of this of riding this 350. A couple little techie features coming up. Just a little pop off of that. Alright, first little mountain climb. This is a lot steeper than it looks on camera. Good loose hill climb practice. Again, I'm in second gear for this one. So from a dig, second gear climb on this pretty steep, loose, rocky hill climb here. Does really well, and no complaints about the 350 climbing these hills. Alright, kind of a techie drop down right here. Want to be careful. Lean to the inside. It's just a little techie. Don't want to go left. And down a steep single track here. Yeah, nothing more to say. Just good balance, good bike control. Brakes work really well. Now we can start flowing pretty good here. We're off of the really hard techie stuff into the more flowy stuff. It's still loose, it's still a little rocky. You gotta watch out for a couple of the big boulders in the trail. But overall, this is really where the 350 shines. And unfortunately, I'm not super fast, so bear with me as we get through some of the slower stuff. But yeah, overall, the 350 does really well here. I'm mostly in second gear in the white map. We get on it a little bit towards the end of the video here, but one thing I've been having a hard time with is the vibration of the bike is causing my hands to go numb. And it's really uncomfortable to the point where, you know, if I'm going for long enough, I need to stop and shake them out. I don't know what's going on. I haven't had this problem for the first, I don't know, 70 hours of this bike, and then just recently it started happening. So I might be overriding. I've ridden 3 times this last week, and I'm noticing more and more. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break this week before the Outlaw Enduro. Hopefully that can clear things up. Do some extra stretching. Try to increase some blood flow. And yeah, just get ready for the race. The one thing I did notice though on the 300, I did not experience any numbness in the hands, so I'm not really sure what's going on. The one big complaint I have about the 350 is the heavy clutch pull. It's really bad. It's worse than my DRZ 400, which is the cable clutch. I don't know a whole lot why, or I don't know why the hydraulic clutch is such a heavy pull. I have the ARC shorty levers on there. Thought that would help, but it doesn't. All right, coming up to the top of the drone hill. This is where we, this is where the trail ends essentially, and then we go back around and start over again. So, all right, bike swap time on the 300 XCW. This is Dave's bike. His controls are a little bit different than mine. He's got a TSP kit, our Enduro shorty lever, and different gearing. So here we are trying it out, and really seeing if the 300 is something that I want to possibly get into in the future.
And he's got the R-Enduro clutch, which is super nice. That's one thing I hate about my GasGas. That the clutch is a super heavy pull, and the bike does vibrate a lot more than 2 strokes, so that's kind of unfortunate. But I do like the 350 power and grunts. Oh, sorry, Dave. You said you run third gear usually or fourth?
In this open stuff,
Yep.
between third and fourth.
Okay.
Like I hit the climb over here at the end of the wash in third.
Okay.
Most of everything else in like third. Here's the thing: run third, and if you feel like you're going too slow, click up to fourth. You can typically do most everything in fourth. Until you get to slower technical stuff, you need to go down to second and third.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. I am running the white map to start. Trying out third gear as Dave had recommended. Yeah, the 300 XCW is not nearly as snappy as the 350, which I'm used to. I like that snap. I like that instant torque. At least in the white map, the 300, you really have to use the clutch to get that power.
Dave's ergos are a lot different than mine, so I feel a little uncomfortable, but yeah, not bad so far. I'm gonna try running gear lower, make it a little bit more snappy.
Getting a feel for his bike. He's got taller levers or taller handlebars than I do with the Heimdall risers. I took mine off just because I didn't like how it cornered. Or sitting down cornering with the tall bars. I thought they were more like 8-hangers, and that didn't help my cornering speed. However, they are very comfortable when you stand up for a long period of time.
Yeah, you're running the gear low on the 300. It feels more like a 4-stroke.
All right, dropping into our rocky wash section, probably the most technical section of the loop. Obstacle likes to kick you to the right, but covered, and off we go. Alright, there goes Dave on my 350. See how he handles these rocks.
Flame out. Yeah. Make it look easy, buddy. Nice job, dude. Call Dave the Pro Pivoteer. That's a lot easier to pivot. Dude, you see that?
Sick.
Dude, this bike is so easy to fucking get that wheel up, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Holy shit. I just wrap and it just went right up.
Yep.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah.
There's
a line through there that goes really good. this way.
Okay.
And up and out we go. So, a little bit of a struggle getting that bike around. Again, it's a bike I'm not used to. But man, was I impressed getting that wheel up. So that was super cool.
That's wild. That was so easy. Second gear climb for that, also on the 350, so no difference there. Easy on that hill. Almost too easy. Almost like this bike is cheating.
Alright, here's a good part to test out the PDS.
Yeah, that felt good. A little bit more control there. Check on the boys.
Take a look at the boys coming down.
Good job, Dave. Yeah, man. You alright?
Yeah. All that technical shit I just did in third.
That's better than me.
Third gear is better on this bike.
Yeah.
You just have to be real hard on the throttle, and this has enough torque to carry you out.
I'm in second because I just like that snappy.
Second's good. Second's good. If you want it more snappy, put that green map on.
Yeah.
Alright, coming up to the hill climb again. I'm going to let Dave and David go, just so you guys can see how steep it is.
See, right there, I get on the rear seat, on the rear wheel.
Yeah.
It's kind of screwed up as I go up.
Pretty sure he was in third for that, which is impressive.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what this 300 has.
Dude, like it's nothing. I just lost balance a little bit there. Whew. Yeah, buddy. Put that rock there.
Oh,
That's a big one.
I see a rock, I gotta move.
Had to move a rock. Brakes feel good. All right, we'll see how it does in third up this climb here. The clutch.
Yeah, this bike does a really good job climbing. You don't have to put in a lot of effort, and it's just gonna get the job done. That's what these 300s are done for.
I had to move a rock out of the way. I pushed it into the trail.
Oh, that big one?
It was a bad one. I was like, oh, okay, I'm moving it.
Yeah.
Another rock. Blame David for that rock. Hear him, I hear him. All right, there it is.
So at about this time in the ride, you guys hear the acceleration real quick. About the same time this ride, my 350 started giving me some problems in my hands. Again, this bike that I'm currently on does not vibrate, which is so funny that 2 strokes vibrate less than 4 strokes. But power band is smooth. Get on it if you need to. And yeah, I had a blast riding it, and again, this was in the white map.
Yeah, buddy.
I like it. I like it.
Dude, third gear on this bike's really nice. Like I just literally haven't shifted down.
Can I ride this?
To the road.
Can I ride this back to the trucks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in green map and see if that does anything.
Yeah.
Because down low in third gear, you really had to clutch the shit of it. I'm wondering if green map will change that. All right, we're gonna try green map here on the way back.
All right, green map time. This was definitely the better map. I wish I had it on for the entirety of this loop, but you know, turn it on and it worked really well. So yeah, very happy with the green map, and I think the bike's got a lot of potential.
I don't know if I'm in third or fourth right now. Stream's good. Oh, come on. It's all bars, I'm telling you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That sounds really good. Dave also has a TSP kit though, so that's part of it.
really curious about the 300XC. If any of you guys have the 300XC and how it compares to the 300XCW. Like I said, I think I'm leaning towards the XC just because I've heard that it has a little bit more get up and go than the 300XCW. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I want that snap that my 350 has, but the easy to ride ability of a 300, especially in the techie stuff. I just find myself getting more fatigued riding my 350 than riding anyone else's 300. And don't get me wrong, 350 is more than capable to do anything that these 300s can. It just takes a little bit more work, a little bit more effort to do it easier. So if you guys have any recommendations, or if you think a 300XC is a good idea, let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'm always looking to looking for the next best thing, I guess. But over the last 78 hours on my 350, I've enjoyed it, and I've definitely learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave, riding my bike up. Appreciate that, buddy.
Woo. Thank you, sir. All right, I think moral of the story is I will be buying a 300 at some point in the near future.
All right, as you guys just heard, I see a 300 in my future. I just don't know which one, the XCW or the XC. Again, if you could provide me any insight you have based on your own experiences with either bike, let me know in the comments below which one you think I should get. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.